Are accessible facilities and accessible environment only established for disabled people? Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm curious about and learning about disability knowledge since many of my family members are having disabilities, and during the process of getting to know about this concept, I find it important for more people to learn about such knowledge in order to create a more accessible environment for more people like my disabled family members. Therefore, I intend to use simple words and demonstrations to explain knowledges and key points about disability and accessibility, which I believe are important to let more people know about. In this video, I will make a brief explanation about a part of accessibility. Accessibility in Chinese is 无障碍, which means without obstruction. A common misunderstanding about accessible facilities is that they are only for people who are having physical disabilities, such as people who need wheelchairs for getting around. It is understandable that many people would think this way, since the most common vision that would come in mind when talking about accessible facilities would be facilities like accessible elevator and accessible restroom, which would seem to mostly benefit people taking wheelchairs. In fact, accessible facilities and environment are for all those in need to remove barriers. For the term all those in need, it could be referring to people with temporary disability in action, like a sprain in feet. It could be referring to people who are carrying heavy items and thus are having difficulties to go around. It could be referring to people with disabilities in vision and hearing, or even the elders and pregnant women. To have a better understanding of how a single accessible facility can benefit all those in need, I will provide an example to demonstrate this. For instance, the original use of curbstone ramps, which are very commonly seen on streets, is to provide an easier way for people with physical disabilities who need to take wheelchairs to cross the street. But eventually, the establishment of curbstone ramps benefits a lot more people than originally thought. Pregnant women can cross the street easier without having a big difficulty stepping down relatively high steps. Elders, people with vision disabilities and leg disabilities who all need some type of walking sticks, do not need to take the risk of falling. People dragging suitcases or people pushing a baby carriage do not need to worry about how to step down the steps with these relatively heavy items with them, but they can just easily go down the ramps to cross the street. In this way, I believe it is clearer how accessible facilities and environments are for all those in need. In this video, I introduced the beneficiaries and targets of accessible facilities and environment. In the next video, I will be talking about the goal of accessible environment. Thank you for watching.